Hello? We live? Okay. Easy there. Easy there, Starfield music. Yeah, it's still loud. Oh, man. Alright, well, so good news is the game runs. It seems to run pretty decently. I've barely tested anything, though. We don't even have, like, info on how to do things like change FOV yet, so we're gonna see how this goes. Is Pat hopping on? I'm not sure, honestly. Let me see. He's gonna call me. I'm gonna give people a couple minutes because I kind of sprung this. I was planning on doing this, but I didn't want to announce anything until I knew the game would actually run. You know, Bethesda games and all. So, we're gonna give it a couple minutes. I also have no idea how long I'm gonna be going tonight. Is the FOV still an INI change only? Hopefully we can change it in the INI. I'm gonna assume so. It's the same, like, it's the same stuff, but like the FOV command from, like, you know, it's been usable since Morrowind, I think. Definitely Oblivion onward. Yeah, that command doesn't work, or at least we don't know the syntax for it yet, so yeah. I'm gonna be doing console FOV for tonight. So the plan is I'm going to try to avoid as many quests as possible. I really want to focus on showing exploration. So my goal is to basically do as many quests as I absolutely have to in order to get a ship and basically start flying to random planets. I heard it doesn't take too long, so we shall see. But I've also heard that it takes forever, so once again, we shall see. I don't really know too much about how the opening goes. I can't wait for the 12 loading screens just to move from planet to planet. So the good news is you can just fast travel between planets, apparently. I was reading the IGN review, and he was saying how, yeah, like, fast traveling in Starfield kind of makes the galaxy feel a little bit small, because apparently you can just go to different planets without even getting into your ship. So, we'll at least that's what it sounded like. It didn't really go into detail. So, those are the things we're going to be answering tonight, hopefully. Have I had any driver compatibility issues? My NVIDIA stuff is a little bit finicky. It won't let me use like screen capture and stuff like that. I don't know how Shadowplay would work. I don't use Shadowplay, but like for taking screenshots, I usually like to use NVIDIA's built-in suite, and the suite doesn't seem to be working. I don't even have like an FPS overlay, which is kind of annoying. I want to see the counter. But the game runs, and it was performing pretty okay, so we shall see. I did find it interesting that the settings for AMD's graphics cards, like their dynamic resolution stuff, is on by default, even though I have a NVIDIA graphics card. So I had to go in there and turn all that stuff off. So is there like, I don't know, I guess I'll ask you guys if there's anything you guys would want to see in particular. For those of you joining in, I'm going to try to avoid doing as many quests as possible. I'm going to try and just get the bare minimum just to get my ship and like start flying around. My overall goal is to just look at exploration, see what it's like landing on planets and things like that. Kill everything. We can try and see how egregious the what's it called? central flags are in this game. I'm sure it's pretty terrible, judging by Fallout 76 and Fallout 4, so. Yeah, if there's anything, I'm open to any suggestions. I'm kind of doing this for you guys, because I imagine it's quite a few of you who are probably on the fence about paying an extra $30 for early access for a few days. But we got if you're in America, we got Labor Day coming up this weekend, so might be a few of you just tempted to drop the $100 just to have something to play over the weekend. So if I can answer any of your questions, that's kind of what I wanted. Well, I want to do this ASAP. Otherwise, I was gonna wait till like Sunday, but figured by then it'll be a bit too late to do my part. I spent the $100 so you guys don't have to. There's no melee option, you ain't playing. So apparently, well, not apparently, we saw a bunch of different stuff with it. Melee and like hand-to-hand in particular are actually like viable play styles again. Is Pat gonna be here? He'll be rolling in a bit. He's gonna call me. He's busy playing the game as well. I'm excited for me and Pat to tear into the game than actually play it. Well, listen, I'm willing to give them a chance here. I don't want to go into this being like, uncharitable or anything like that. But it's hard for me to shake first impressions and ignore everything, all the red flags and stuff that I've been seeing up until this point. So, but hey, like that, my expectations are basically rock bottom right now. If they can give something that's better than Fallout 4, I'll be a little bit more receptive. Am I going to commit to a hand-to-hand run? Not on this character. I want to see how shooting and gunplay works and everything. It's been a while since we've seen a new Bethesda game. We got to see how their shooting mechanics have improved, especially with collaborations with id Software and whatever else has been going on. I mean, I've been seeing footage of the combat. It doesn't really look all that interesting. What I do find interesting is that there's a lot of stuff that's gated behind perks, like clamoring and combat sliding and using the jetpack. Yeah, the jetpack's also a perk. So yeah, about that. In an era where everybody's like talking about movement tech and stuff like that, it seems a little weird that you would have all these like movement abilities and then gate them behind perks. So it sounds like a bunch of perks that I'll be console commanding at some point in the future after I do my reviews, I guess. As kind of, so there's a few different things I want to look at with this. I want to start predicting what are going to be day one mods, or week one mods or whatever. Like just stuff that people need to fix basically right out the gate. And I also want to see how many perks. Yeah. I'll say it like that. How many perks I need to get that are like mandatory perks, and also how long it really takes for the introduction. So for me, I like to do, like, I'll use Skyrim as an example. I like to run through Helgen and stuff. Obviously, that's the mandatory part. But then I like to do Bleak Falls Barrow, and I like to go basically all the way up until you kill the dragon with Delphine, because then you get full Unrelenting Force, you get Whirlwind Sprint, you get dragons spawning and stuff like that. So technically, yeah, the intro to Skyrim is like 30 minutes, but for me personally, it really comes out to about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. So I want to see how long it really takes for Starfield to start to get going. I've heard that you have to beat the main quest in order to actually get the game going, so that should be interesting. But, alright. We got 123. This is a bigger turnout than I was expecting, honestly, because it's late at night. 12 a.m. for our friends across the pond there, so. Thanks for turning out. And I guess we're gonna get started. Let's turn this music off. Oh yeah, I'm also not a fan of the OST, but personal taste. Maybe it'll just, maybe I just need to play the game and let it grow on me. Alright. Let's get the game running. So the good news is it sounds like Starfield is relatively bug-free, pretty nice and stable. So, 4 a.m. over there, jeez. Stayed up for this, huh? What are my thoughts on the leaks? Do you think it was a shitty thing? I mean, leaks are bound to happen. I have no real opinion on it. A lot of the leaks turned out to be kind of worthless. Alright, let's see. Do I trust this? It should do it. You guys should get video. Been a little flaky for me. Alright, there we go. So, right off the bat, everybody was making fun of the main menu and stuff. I think it's fine. It's just a planet. And it's animated and stuff. What I was surprised, though, is that we actually got a decent number of settings. I mean, you know, well, it's still not the greatest. I gotta turn down the sound, too, because now I'm streaming. Yeah, we'll go down, like, yeah. But, obviously we're missing FOV setting here. We got VSync. That's nice. VSync. We finally got VSync. But yeah, so it's like, they have dynamic resolution upscaling and stuff, but this is all AMD. And I have an NVIDIA card, so... And it was all enabled by default, so I don't know exactly what that would have done. Made sure to turn that off, though. Been watching other people stream Starfield and finally got somebody who actually wanted to watch stream. Yeah, I was watching some people stream it earlier, but let's just say I wasn't too fond of how they were approaching it. So, plus I had a bunch of work to do. So, that's my goal here. I want to be more of the, you know, I think I've been developing a bit of a reputation at this point of not being on Bethesda's payroll. So. Yeah, there's something here that I found interesting. Oh yeah, the floating damage floating damage numbers and stuff. They added that to this game, so you don't need a mod for that. I turned it on for the sake of, you know, seeing how it all works. They broke down aim sensitivity into vertical and horizontal. I had to turn this way down, and it's still like way too high in my opinion. But yeah, they got, you know, we got free cam and stuff and outpost building and everything. Just, it's better accessibility. We have a large menu font, so we don't get a slider for text size, but at least give us an option for it. So if I need it, I'll flick it on. But yeah, no FOV. That's really disappointing. We'll figure it out, I guess. But and I'll go ahead and read chat while we're waiting. 'Cause there is some your usual Bethesda follow the NPCs while they talk to you. Does it tell the key open the console? Yeah, it does. It gives you a warning that it's going to disable, what's it called? Achievements. Oh, I guess it saves that. I was afraid it would pop that up every time I would do it. Now it pops it up.
Seals are good. Oxygen's good. Just do what you did last time, and you're fine. Follow my one simple rule.
What did I do last time?
What's my one simple rule?
Listen to Lynn. Boss lady knows best.
Exactly. Listen to me. Mining's just like any other job. Go steady, go safe, go home with a pocket full of credits at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally. It's just like, I work in the Stardock. Except, with more cave-ins, lasers, and accidental...
So, like, her animations and stuff look fine. But I imagine they spend a lot of time making sure she looks good.
To be honest, it ain't exactly astrophysics.
That's why I keep him around.
Already seen 2 videos making sandwich jokes. Oh,
And the fact that I can pinpoint a helium deposit from 300...
I kind of want to do some sort of thing where I just have a compilation of people making those jokes in their videos. That sandwich thing was such a... It depends how much I want to actually get into talking about the
More minerals, more money.
marketing campaigns and stuff, because that was by far the most successful part of the marketing campaign was Sandwich Lady.
There are worse lives. You know, most Dusties don't even make it this far. I have a good feeling about you.
Group hug now or at the end of the shift?
One of these days, Hella, I am going to leave you behind.
Promises, promises.
Like, that was a decently staged cutscene and stuff, so... But, like I said, this is the very, very beginning, so it's expected that it's gonna be pretty well tested. Although, something I am immediately noticing is how washed out the game looks. Because, like, there's no actual darkness. But I don't know, maybe it's just dust in the air, right? Because this is a mine.
Yeah. God forbid we drill on a rock with breathable atmosphere.
Is this game supposed to be comedic like the Outer Worlds or more serious? It's definitely supposed to be more serious, but you're gonna get, you know, your quippy characters like Heller here. Though he hasn't annoyed me just yet, so... We got Boss Lady here.
If you got paid per break, you'd be a millionaire. Let's go.
Okay.
What do we say, Dusty? You make your cut, you get your cut. No exceptions. Come on, pick it up.
Can I just skip down here? Do I have to sit here listening to her?
Well, okay then. Let's call this one tapped. Why don't you move over to that big vein?
Yes, ma'am.
We got hit markers. Ooh, that looked a little bit painful.
Dusty, you're up. Take that cutter you grabbed and mine what you can. Metal deposits are in that cabin. I'll shout out when I need you.
I think he's invulnerable.
You think we'll be done here soon? Hey, watch it. I hear this is the last gig. Careful.
Well, he's responding. He's saying stuff.
What's wrong with you? Hey, watch it. Careful. What's wrong with you?
Sort of like a
Watch it. Careful.
different sort of hit markers. You get like a...
Watch it.
Oh. You're right there. He's essential. No surprise.
I'm busy. Careful.
up here.
Glad when
Come
we're
on.
off this rock.
It's time. You're with me.
Can I not crouch? She's super essential though. Probably because her getting like affected by the laser would cause sequence breaks with their scripting and stuff.
Standard reading a clean break.
Oh, look at this. I'm surprised I was even able to jump on this thing. Uh-oh.
Ella, get the readings.
Yeah, about that.
Problem?
Not if you consider a spike in gravity readings a problem.
How's my game feel? Mouse acceleration. Feels pretty good. Feels better than Fallout 4, honestly. I don't sense any mouse acceleration. Feels very responsive. I'll know more when I can get up to a to like a more free area. Flashlight? Oh, hold F to turn the flashlight on. Alright, so here's a day one mod. Wider flashlight. Or brighter flashlight. Unless there's like a weapon upgrade or something like that to make this brighter. Not that you even need it. Like, the game is pretty bright as it is. I'm hitting E. Oh, use the cutter to break the deposit, and then you hit E. Give me my space thum.
Snap out of it.
Doctor?
Come on,
Dr.
come
Chakwas.
on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any
Nope.
of this look familiar?
I had to go rooting in your noggin. There's a lot of different... It's, you know, games... It's a common way to start a game. Alright, so we got character creation now. I don't actually intend on spending a whole lot of time on this because I find a lot of people, a lot of streamers and YouTubers and stuff cover this thing in detail. I don't really care for character creation too much. Thank you for the $4.99. One Thumb Gaming. So we're just going to judge the remades here. Go up to number 1. Let's see. Let's see if any of them look good. No. No. I just want one that looks human. Like, some of the females look alright. This guy might be alright. But then you just, like, yeah, you get, like, people like this, and it's just, like, I don't know what genetics she possesses, but that don't look normal. You don't look like a human. The hair looks better. It still does not look good, though. The skin textures and stuff look pretty decent, though. Like, the lighting on the skin and everything looks better, but geez, yeah, that facial hair. Woof. Alright, so I'm not going to have facial hair on my character. Hey, like, what is this? Is it even possible for somebody's jaw to look like that? And you got old lady. But which is funny, because like old lady mining and stuff like that. Um, I will say though, that at least we can have old looking people. In Fallout 76, I was playing as Esbern, and it was rough. It was very hard to very hard to make a character that actually looked old. But you know, she has like the neck folds and everything like that. There's actual wrinkles and stuff going on here. Surprisingly, Granny looks pretty decent, although her chin is kind of weird. It's the chins. Something's going on with a lot of these characters' chins. Once again, the chin. It's kind of crazy looking at this dude's face. I can see the Skyrim DNA in the character. I've seen characters in Skyrim that look similar to this, like the facial, like the bone structure and stuff. You know, same engine and everything, so it's not surprising. But man, once again, she actually has some like neck folds and everything like that. But yeah, the chins, like her, like the eyes are really fucking weird too. Ah, here we go. Old man. This might actually be the character that I pick. Got the got the pedo stash and everything like that. And this might be my guy. Give us a lot too. A lot of different pre-mades. I heard they were based off of like different characters that they or different actors that they used for like face modeling. I think that's what they said in the direct. So I don't know. Maybe I'm making fun of a bunch of like actual people right now. Yeah, here's this dude that we they featured a lot in the video. Ah, yeah. All right. All right. I basically decided on the old dude. Maybe I'll go with the old lady instead. Yeah, we'll go with the old lady. Sure, why not? I'll just go through some of these options real fast. Yeah, so it's basically very similar to what they had in Fallout 4 and 76. Make her jacked, though. And they have different body types, though. Oh, okay. That's your gender. You can give her like a masculine walk. I mean, with a build like this, she probably would be walking quite masculine. So they got rid of like the face sculpting from Fallout 4, which I find surprising. People really talked that one up. They talked up that system. I found it kind of difficult to work with to get consistent results with it, but it was definitely more it was definitely an intuitive system, I'll give it that. For the most part. It was a little wonky. It needs some refinement. I'm surprised that they're going back to the sliders and everything. And yeah. I don't know, it's always hard for me to get used to these sorts of things because they're always changing. Oh, okay. So I just realized this is all... Ugh. Alright, actually, I'm starting to sour to this. So what does E do? Okay, so E just brings you over to here. Yeah, this is... Yeah, it's going to be another learning curve. That's why I never really bothered to get into it, because every game's kind of different. Yeah, wow, it's so it's the same like number of settings and everything. There's just not as much granularity to it as it was in Fallout 4. I wonder if they have like a system for exporting faces yet. Maybe they'll give you like a code or something. Like, is that what this is here? Does that change when I'm changing these? No. The number's static, so it's just decoration, I guess. I got face tattoos again. Can we unlock more face tattoos? Is there research for face tattoos? And they have like the intensity thing again. Do they have that for like blemishes and stuff? Ah, some... Oh man, that was one of the things I liked about Fallout 4 was in 76 was that you can layer blemishes and stuff, so you can get like a lot of variety. But it looks like they removed that. Once again, I don't know, it feels like character creation's kind of a step down from what it was in Fallout 4 and 76. There's a lot of stuff that isn't in this. They did say they redid a lot of their facial stuff though, so I guess it's to be expected. I don't know. I guess I'm not going to spend too much time. I just wanted to look at it. If anybody's interested in seeing it. This is what I actually care about. Backgrounds. There's... Yeah, so you look at this one. This is what I was told. I had to confirm this. You're not allowed to just pick something. Like, or, you're not allowed to pick your 3 starting skills. There's no custom class. Even this one that says like file not found, you would assume that would be the one that lets you do whatever you want, right? But it's not. It just gives you a bunch of different ones. Oddly, there's no identification in your file. Clerical oversight. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's just... And it probably has to do with... Because these are supposed to... They're supposed to be like, you know, like in-game, like quests related to this stuff and everything like that. So, if they actually make good with using all of these consistently, I'd be willing to look past it. Alright, hold up. Pat's calling in. Oh, or not. Hello?
Hello. Sorry I called in on my browser.
Yeah.
I see you're on character creation.
Yeah, just going through it. Do you have any insights into the traits and backgrounds?
So objectively, Bounty Hunter is the best. I told you that.
Mhm.
File Not Found, for anybody in the chat, is not a custom character.
Yeah.
It is,
yeah,
in fact, a preset.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah. All
But
right.
yeah,
So
if you want the best skills, bounty hunter. Otherwise, it's gonna be flavor. I don't have like a ranking or anything.
yeah.
I think like soldier's really good.
All
Really good as in 2 of the 3 skills are useful.
right.
A lot of sorry, they're not classes, they're backgrounds. A lot of the backgrounds have like 1 useful skill and then 2 kind of just mid-game dump stats. Um, the traits are like kind of where the semi-exclusive stuff is. Um, interesting.
Something I'm noticing. There's no music or anything playing
Oh yeah,
during
no, I was
character
on
creation.
so I was in character creation for 20 minutes and there was no music. And
It's
like
just
so when I exited character creation and the music continued, it was actually jarring. It is kind of weird that there's not like a character creation tune.
yeah,
Um,
or at least like some background noise. You just have like this weird humming. It's kind of just ominous.
so the Vasco can acknowledge the name Captain Reynolds, which is pretty cool.
Interesting.
So I mean, they did say they were going to record a bunch of names for it, and it makes sense that they do a Firefly reference. I'm just glad that I'm getting to do the Captain Reynolds test in a game that's actually like gonna try to deliver on the Captain Reynolds fantasy. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Turns out I was wrong. I thought the intro was just gonna be 30 minutes and done. It's still going for me.
oh, oh no, that's not what I want to hear.
Yeah, so you could try to like break loose and do whatever. I went ahead and went to the next planet, which after you leave orbit, you're going to the 2022 dungeon that Todd Howard did. That's like the next thing you'll do.
Yeah, which is basically what we assumed that he
Yeah.
was showing off that.
So is your decision here like just what would the overseer have?
This isn't even the overseer. I'm just doing something for the sake of this stream.
Hmm,
So I'm not too
not too committed.
not too committed. I'm just debating if I should go through these or not. I mean, people can just look this stuff up. I'm more
Yeah, I
just
think the information's published out there at this point.
yeah. So I think I'm just gonna go with bounty hunter. Oh, at
Will there be
least
a character stuck in a fridge? So I went into the base and in the 2022 demo thing, and you can shut the door, and Vasco can't get in because he follows you. And so I toggled the free camera and took the camera outside, and he was just running around the edge of the building over and over. And you like hear him do it too, because he just cannot get the door open. So that's fun.
So I'm debating if I should do soldier or I guess I should soldier because it has the boost pack training. I kind of want to see what it's like without boost pack before I get it.
I haven't got it yet, or if I have, they haven't
Okay.
showed me what the
All right.
keybind for it is.
So we're just gonna do bounty.
Would you say the intro is as long as Cyberpunk? So I haven't gotten through it yet. You're gonna have to see if private sessions can just leave. If you
Yeah.
can, then it's not.
All right. So people wanted the parents. So what is that? Is that kid stuff? Yeah.
Yeah,
Kid
kid stuff.
There aren't many
Will,
backgrounds.
will there be a faction of
or
edgy, shadowy
traits.
assassins that are weirdly inspired by the Catholic Church? Yes. It looks like it's going to be House Veyroon. And they literally worship the celestial serpent.
Oh yeah, Dream Home
So-
definitely. Got to see the Dream Home as well.
You can loot the starter area. There's even audio logs to find. That's pretty cool. You can't use your flashlight unless you have your helmet on, which is a cool detail.
Really? I wonder if there's weapons that you get that have flashlights attached to them.
Maybe. I find. Oh yeah, did you mention the FOV thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the actual fuck, Bethesda? Like, if I haven't seen any of the reviews yet. If I go through the reviews and none of them mention the fucking lack of an FOV slider, there will be shots fired. Actually, there will be shots fired anyways.
I'm
but-
definitely doing Wanted. So I'm noticing
Yeah,
I
I did Wanted too.
a lot of these traits suck.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them are just like this one attribute's higher, but the other ones are lower. And then you
Yeah, a
have
lot of- lot of trade attributes.
There's the
There's like an objective kind of best picks if you just want to play, which is Wanted, Taskmaster, and I went Freestar Collective because I'm playing Malcolm Reynolds.
yeah.
No FOV slider? No, there's no FOV slider.
All right, so this is what we're gonna go with. But yeah,
Didn't fucking 76 have an FOV slider? Like I
yes,
swear to God.
yes,
thing.
it did. It did. I don't know if
No,
that
no.
was post launch.
The FOV command doesn't work either, and I know about the double numbers for read write.
Yeah.
The command doesn't work.
That's what I tried too. All right.
No FOV slider, no command. Which is actually fucking bonkers. I love how you can be an old grandma and still have living parents. Yeah. Well, listen, it's a sci-fi setting, and you do whatever the fuck you want. I can't wait to hear that excuse trotted out. Listen, they have advanced nanotechnology, so magic's possible.
Bet you were expecting a quiet job compared to your last gig. Bounty hunter.
Surely there's a file you can change. I haven't looked at it yet. But the thing is, the
looked at it.
file, all the file's doing is just using the console command.
Yeah. I looked at it. I didn't see FOV in there. But
You usually have to write it in, but it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to write in. So.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the syntax is.
You also can't take armor off dead enemies. Yes. Then again, of course, like
Oh.
stripping armor off people in space would be kind of weird, but you can't do it in interiors either.
Interesting.
All NPCs look exactly the same. They need to use a different engine next game. It is impossible to make a good-looking character. Like, you cannot make Malcolm Reynolds as a character,
Sure don't look like
but they will acknowledge his name. But yeah.
I found it interesting that the character creation is like basically a downgrade from what it was in Fallout 4.
And 76.
Yeah, in 76.
Which is actually bizarre that, again, Fallout 76 did something better than Starfield.
There's a few things.
Yeah, a few things. But there's, like
Can
I said, there's cool
I
details here.
I can open the UI
Although,
now.
kind of glance around and pay attention to what's interactable clutter and what's not.
Well, I'm looking at the UI right now. So one of the things the IGN interview hit on was that they don't have like maps in this game. Like, this is the best we get.
Yeah. Well, listen, we never got the local map working before because it would always like show the level geometry where it sticks through.
Yeah.
And we don't want that to happen.
Okay, so we got like a bunch of different resources.
Why do they have to
here.
why do they have to be this way with faces? Is it a character design decision or something? So my working theory is that the character artists know full well that everything they do is going to be replaced by modders. So why even try? Just make whatever you feel is sensible. And I guess they're in the camp of like, we need to represent ugly people.
Speaking of ugly, the textures on the planet.
Yeah. It's a prominent part of the skybox in the space tutorial, and all I could do was just stare at how low resolution the planets were.
Whoa.
Also, confirming
there's a mod.
So I don't think you can fly between planets. You know how in Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky you can fly in around the system to go to different places?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I went to Crete from the orbit of Vectera, you select Crete and then you just go through a loading screen to get there.
But then where does the space element, where does that take place?
Well, listen, according to P. Hines, it's optional. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but if you do want to do it, just fly around the orbits for no reason. Like there's literally no reason, because you go through it, you press a button to go to the orbit of the planet, and then you press another button to land like instantly. Did you see the spreadsheet of how many times people are running into copy-pasted areas down to enemy placement and loot, including in the main quest? It's Oblivion Gates.
Oh no. Ooh.
At least it's only one loading screen. Well, it's the loading screen to take off from Vectera, the loading screen to go to Crete, and then the loading screen to land. Now, the loading screens aren't long, but they also made us all install this on SSDs, and I'm like running it on an NVMe.
Yeah.
Extreme environment. Is that like a specific place? Because Vectera, you do need like a helmet to land on.
So I like how I broke the UI already. It's like selecting the text that says extreme environment.
Oh,
Like
what?
like I can copy it, like copy and paste it.
What?
Yeah, yeah, look at
Do these have Wing Commander loading screens where it shows your ship flyby out from the side? So the loading screens are actually pretty short, but again, I'm loading it on what is, I think, the like fastest option you have as a consumer. Um, so I don't know how well it runs on more moderate hardware. Someone said something. Oh, classic Bethesda never having the balls to commit to anything narratively. So I have a sneaking suspicion that they were never able to get ship combat working at a comfortable level that everybody's going to enjoy, and so they had to heavily lean on making it optional.
yeah.
Because the have you looked at difficulty yet?
I looked at the settings.
There's no difficulty setting. There's not independent difficulty settings for space combat and ground combat.
Yeah, yeah, it's just
And
one.
that was like one of the main things I was kind of like thinking about. Like,
Hmm.
you want those to be independent because there's some people that are gonna be fine with the ground combat, but find the space combat like really hard or some
Yeah.
not probably not really hard. It seems pretty simple, but like they're just not gonna want it to be as spongy. So yeah, I really do think that like they really just didn't commit to the space gameplay, but it was like they had to because it's Starfield. Like they can just cut it, you know?
Cannot fast travel. Can I look here though? V, show me? No, it just brings
But
me
yeah,
back
I'm
to
on
where
break. I'm on my first Starfield break, and then I'm gonna dive right back into doing it. Yeah, so prognosis ain't good so far.
the map is like the star map and stuff. It's pretty decent. I'll give it
Mm.
that. It's not like Elite Dangerous is where it
Well, listen,
that's a fucking
it's
learning
not a space
curve.
adventure. It's not a space adventure. It's a Bethesda RPG. What the fuck did that idiot on Twitter say? And mind you, it's just some guy on Twitter, but
Yeah.
it's
as
not like
as it
it's an
usually is.
RPG in space, not a space adventure.
What does that mean?
It means it's a Bethesda game in space, but it's a shitty Bethesda game because you know we're all used to big open singular kind of environment, and so that's why I kind of
Yeah.
find like the solar system
That's
travel thing kind of weird. It's like I would expect the solar system to be a continuous environment that you fly
yes.
around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Like No Man's
that's
Sky figured that out. That's one of the most cohesive parts of No Man's Sky is flying between planets.
yeah. And I don't think like I think it's overstated how important that really is, but it depends how they work around it instead. If you're saying you can literally like go from one planet to the other without ever going into space, that's a problem because that means space is completely optional. If this is just literally a game of fast traveling between different planets and
Well,
stuff,
the weird
that's
part, the weird part is imagine saying that the ground combat's optional.
yeah,
I mean, we do that already with Skyrim, but you do have to occasionally fight people in
yeah.
Skyrim
So
at
it's like,
least. You
so
can
it's
skip a lot, but
so it's like it's fine if it's
so
just
far this
like
feels like a
I
mini
can't
menu
literally
simulator. Yeah, he's
take
just looking around.
like if I can't just take my ship and fly it into a planet and it's gonna like transition stuff. That's fine. I get like technical limitations and everything like that, but to not have space combat, to like make space combat optional, and I just have to see how it all plays. But
Yeah.
let's just say I've already been writing that section of the script where I'm like, it's kind of bold of them to basically sacrifice their greatest strength, which is a large continuous map that's handcrafted, and
Yeah, to a bunch of segmented kind of
yeah,
outer world style load zones. Not even outer world style, because at least Obsidian can say they poured a lot of attention into their like limited selection of play areas.
yeah. But yeah, with this, it's a lot of obviously proc genning and stuff like that.
You haven't missed much, okay? You're still in the starting area.
Yeah, I'm just looking around, really. Yeah, like I said, a lot of people can see this stuff for themselves. It's
Yeah,
all this
I feel
stuff's
like
online.
I'm
I
gonna have a
really,
lot to work with this game. Oh yeah, the IGN thing. We live in bizarre times where IGN appears to be one of the more ethical ethical outlets at this point. Not just
um,
in
yeah,
comparison to a lot of YouTubers too.
yeah, yeah. Well, I always said, YouTubers and
Is that
Twitch
the entire
streamers and
tree?
stuff.
Okay, each of those things on that menu
Yeah, we can.
has 4 ranks on its own.
Yeah, so you can like
It's
go
it's not
into
more
it
impressive
and.
than that, but like what I describe it as is it's Skyrim system, but a lot of the perks are like free floating instead.
Mhm. It's definitely more easier to navigate than Skyrim system. I'll give it that.
IGN is more ethical. IGN lists a list of problems and then gives it a review score that's like a 7 from IGN is just that's insane.
Yeah.
Like that is literally inconceivable kind of score.
Okay, so there's something down here that I
They're
haven't
slightly
unlocked
less
yet. Oh, I
full
think
of
that's where the
100%
ship.
concentrated bullshit. Yeah. The G-Man Lives review was out of left field. That was
What?
not I was not expecting him to do one to like get a
Oh.
copy,
Oh
and I
yeah.
was not expecting him to like spend part of his video roasting people who complain about the game and not getting who didn't get codes, which is hilarious. Why are you watching G-Man Lives? Hey, listen. G-Man Lives did have one of the better Skyrim videos, probably one of the best. Not a high bar, a lot of them were dog shit, but
All right.
remember that IGN
let's try
gave
to get
Fallout
up
4 at
on.
9.5?
Contact is on approach.
Yeah, it's just well, and also of the Todd Howard interviews I've seen, Brian McCaffrey was like one of the best interviewers in terms of asking Todd uncomfortable questions.
Yeah, that one after Fallout 76 was pretty insane. He actually got Todd Howard to start backtracking.
He got Todd Howard to backtrack and he made him really uncomfortable with a lot of the questions he was asking.
Yeah.
Boring space? Who does that anymore?
Whoa,
Ain't the
you
space
don't
we've
look
already
good.
got complicated enough?
What?
Not to them, apparently.
Did he roast you? I don't think he named anybody.
I swear this game looks. Oh.
Some
I
people
thought-
mentioned in the
I
comments the
disabled
G-Man
motion
Lives.
blur.
Some people mentioned in the comments the G-Man Lives had a hotel stay paid off by Bethesda right before the Fallout 76 review and had their comments deleted. Interesting.
Okay, so motion blur is disabled, but it.
You might be seeing temporal anti-aliasing
Oh.
because that is in this game.
Is that
I noticed that
even-
there was like ghosting after
Yeah.
I pick up items, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
I don't know why they would pick TAA in a Bethesda game where you're going to be picking up where a lot of items are going to instantly dematerialize,
Yeah.
and so there's going to be a ton of ghosting when you loot. Not sure why he changed. He used to be a pretty consistent guy. I don't know. Maybe he knocked some girl up and needs to pay for diaper money now. This is Ultra. Oh my god. It's really weird because some of the stuff, visual stuff I actually like.
Yeah.
And then like occasionally there'll be it's like it's a fucking disjointed mess. Like that statement of Emil Pagliarulo saying there's no design document, fucking stellar, absolutely makes sense. It seems like every component of this game was made by a team that was like not talking to the other teams. At least the performance is good. I'll give it that, but we do live in an era where like they're able to cheat a lot more with the kind of perform. Plus, you're running a fucking like 4090 Ti, aren't you?
I have a 4080, but yeah, I'm running this on a pretty beefy rig. So,
is that supposed to be a selling point? I think Emil thinks that that saying that there's no design document kind of makes it seem like a more honest, like we developed it as we went and it developed with the flow kind of statement. And it's just like, dude, I have a design document and I'm one person. I cannot imagine being on a team with hundreds of people, being in charge of that many people and not having some kind of like centralized document that like The reason
You're
you have a
referring
design document
to-
is so that people who are in the trenches who have never talked to you can look it up and see what the fuck you're talking about with your ideas.
You're referring to when he was talking about like when they're writing quests and stuff, right? And they just like stop updating the because they would have like a basic sketch, and then people would just stop updating the doc. So it's just like we have to go into the game and refer to
Oh yeah,
what's
you
in
can
the
leave this
game.
menu.
Interesting. Oh
The
my
audio logs will play
god.
without staying in the menu, and there's a transcript. So
Oh, this
they
lock
have
is super
taken
difficult.
some of the audio log criticisms from the past games to heart.
Yeah. So it's
Oh, I didn't
not
even
like
see that
Fallout
door.
76.
I didn't even see that area. Not that I don't think anybody could actually unlock that in level 1. I guess that's the cryolator for this game.
Can I get in?
Well, yeah, that's kind of
There
the
we
thing
go.
is
Let's see.
if you are a reviewer, you're like the end point is
Oh,
wanting to
yeah.
get review codes. But the issue is that like the climate on YouTube right now is that you basically have to do free PR work for companies in order to get review codes. And so like, oh, interesting. So there is stuff. You could never get it, but
Yeah, you probably have to like come back to this location.
All right, Dusty.
Oh my god, what is going
took him
on
like
in this
took him
room,
like a
though?
decade to do what BioShock did in 2008.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's interesting. Have you put your helmet on yet? I saw in the leak the guy that was leaking it got stuck in here for like 5 minutes to figure out because I think what happens is it
Yes.
stops telling you to put on your helmet, like the quest objective goes away, and so people can kind of just get stuck in there because there's no line of them going like,
Oh wait, it's a
"Hey,
different.
put your helmet on,
It's a
you
different
idiot."
thing. Okay.
Is the game out or only for people who pay more? Absurd. You have to pay more to get access to it.
Yeah, you gotta pay $30 extra.
Which I'm like,
Well-
I'm very mixed on it because I charge extra for people to watch my videos early. Like, so it's not really my place to like criticize them for that.
Well, I mean, you know, you get other stuff. You get access to other stuff. You get the DLC and everything. Listen.
Can you quick key your helmet? Probably. You can quick key. Like, there are quick key stuff.
Yeah.
There
well,
should
that's-
probably be a dedicated button for helmets but at the same time, like, why ever take it off? Can your helmet play a radio? Todd said it? I think Todd said it, that there's no radio. Not like Fallout. G-Man was bashing everyone for being disappointed that there's no actual planets
what
in the
happens if I
game. It
take
was
my-
shocking to hear.
What happens
Yeah,
if I
no,
take
I
my
got-
helmet
I
off
got-
while I'm outside?
Indigo's review was so striking. I actually got DMs from another YouTuber, which
It won't let me
very,
take my helmet off.
very rarely happens. Oh yeah, because you're outside, obviously. They wouldn't want you.
I want to suffocate myself.
So you saw the leak, right, of the intro? You know what happens?
Not after this point, actually.
Okay, not after this point, but you know
Yeah.
about the ship. So, guys, you liked the Fallout 4 power armor thing, right? You liked how they gave you when you went to Concord, they just gave you a set of power armor for free.
Okay, he has to finish getting off the ship.
Oh yeah, back off.
He's gonna give me a whole
back
ship
up.
for free, isn't he?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Back up because you can see Vasco just kind of materialize. But yeah, so it's
They
the
got a
power armor
teleporter,
thing
that's-
times the
that's all.
million. Where's the Death Claw? The Death Claw is when you go up to space and fight like 3 other ships.
That mine on Bendy, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral-
Are the boundaries really small in this game, or do the boundaries change based on the planet size? I have no clue yet. I haven't tested it.
That's
The thing is,
yeah.
running off for 10 minutes. So
The new girl found
before we did this, I did the thing where I timed all the intros for all the Bethesda games, and I timed myself running corner to corner in all the Bethesda games.
Kazal.
Realistically, most of the Bethesda maps, you stand in the middle, you run to the edge. It takes you about 10 to 15 minutes. So it's not really that bad of a thing that there's a boundary after 10 minutes. It is a
Mhm.
bad thing in the aspect of we were told if we wanted to just throw away everything we were doing and go walk around the planet. That was a fucking lie.
Can I? Okay, so
At least
I
No
can-
Man's Sky makes you have you repair your ship first. My idea is they should just have a questionnaire that says, "How did you end up with a ship?" and then like a bunch of options for different kind of tropes in sci-fi, because it is an unenviable problem as a writer explaining how the player character gets a spaceship, explaining how the protagonist gets a spaceship. But there's lots of ways that they've done it. You've got the Han Solo route of winning it in a game of poker. You could have, you know, your parents bought it for you instead of buying you. What the fuck was the point of the parents? You just send them money. You just send them money. What if the thing was you pick the parent trait because that gives you a ship that they bought for you and you're paying them back? I won it in a poker game. I hate this trope beyond belief. Well, you have other stuff. You have the Rocinante, which they stole. Allegedly. Oh yeah, I love this combat section. Not now, Mom. I'm shooting pirates.
Oh, I probably shouldn't stand there.
I love this. They just drop off 6 pirates, and then
And
the ship
just
leaves
take-
before they even lose. Before they even
Oh,
lose, they just get abandoned. I like the idea of earning your first ship. Well, yeah, that should be one of the responses, is that, like, and I think this is like grounds for an alternative start mod to really succeed, is you get to pick which planet you start on, and you just do quests there until you can afford to buy a ship. Like, there's interesting things you can do that's more than just Barrett gives you his ship for no reason. But the reason they do that is because they don't want you to spend a ton of time not having the
I
ship.
read that as stim pack.
They don't want you to spend a ton of time not having the ship. And yet the ship combat is completely optional, and they seem kind of embarrassed by it and like give you all kinds of routes to not do it. So it's almost like you could just deprive the player of the ship for a while, you know?
Listen, it's too early to be saying they're embarrassed by the ship combat.
Well, how else am I supposed to read them saying, yeah, if you don't like the ship combat, you can just grab drive out of every fight. Like, you don't have to engage in it at all.
Their pocket.
Why did they
wear.
even bother
Is
making a
that
space
clothing?
game then? That's kind of isn't that the fucking weird
That's-
part? That's the
yeah.
million-dollar question. Why did they make a space game where space combat was not like the #1 focus? Like, you kind of nailed ground combat. You've got a blueprint for it with
Okay,
Fallout
so
4
he's
and
just
Fallout
dropping
76.
clothing. Sure.
Well, the problem is their core design team was Todd Howard, Emil Pagliarulo, and East Van Peely. They needed one more guy on that core design team that was actually like gameplay focused.
And probably somebody who had a lot of experience with like space games and stuff. Because I'm seeing a lot of stuff already where it's like, oh, I know, I've seen a lot of games botch this before. It's like you have so many games out there already that you can be learning from.
No, I think what happened is, and it's really funny. What happened is that they wanted to do a space game, but they didn't know what the limits of their engine were, and they got too far in, because they said flat out, the game wasn't fun until last year.
Yeah.
It was not a fun, cohesive experience until last year. And
Alright, so put that on like 1.
I think
put
what
2.
the other thing is that they don't
Man,
listen to criticism. So like,
Am
for those
I
who
really
don't
gonna
know,
have to fucking like hotkey the cutter at all times?
probably. I heard that mining's not that important though, but
Nice.
So for
Barrett was being
a
followed.
more than pre-production, they were going to have a voiced protagonist in this game.
That means you saw it.
As in, they got out of pre-production, they started involving other designers, they got a casting guy to go out and find an actor to play the main character. They were going to do the voice protagonist thing. And what convinced them not to do it wasn't...
Wait, can I... Okay.
I blew him off at every opportunity, and he still, like, they still bullshitted a reason why you needed it. Like, I lied about the vision. Somehow they still knew about the vision. Every opportunity I could to not tell them I don't want to do it, they still, like, force you. Anyways. No, they just had... They only mentioned they had the one actor.
Kidnapped. I'm
Yeah,
being
you're-
kidnapped by
You're
Constellation.
being kidnapped by the writer.
No.
But you always worked for them.
Just going to take
But,
out the mess you caused?
They got a significant way... It's not significant. Let's say, like, 10-20% of the way into development. And what stopped them wasn't people saying that they don't like voice protagonists. What stopped them was Immo coming to the realization that it would be easier on them if they didn't have one. And that, like, it allows the player to better role play because they don't have a person speaking for them.
Get out of here, Dusty.
And I was reading this and I was just blown away because basically what Emma was saying was, I got into development and I realized something that was realized in the
Now we've
90s.
been attacked?
And
We've got to pack up and move on. Argos will come for the
wait,
rest
they
of us.
admitted they took the lazy way? Oh yeah, no. Literally every interview is like, you just let Emil talk, dude. Let him talk. He will implicate himself in 1,000 ways that are amazing.
Now that that's settled. Let's go. Get her to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay?
Don't overextend.
Call Indigo.
Have a central design document.
Again. Very well.
But the other thing is like, so like the shipbuilder, the shipbuilding thing, that was not like a core Bethesda thing. They just outsourced that to the Dallas team. Not Austin, the Dallas team. They outsourced it to the guys that made snap maps for Doom.
I didn't even know there was a Dallas team.
Yeah, there's 4 teams. Maryland, Austin, Dallas, and Montreal.
Oh yeah, we don't even know what Montreal. Oh wait, no, didn't
Montreal does like mobile stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the
You're giving me your
the
ship?
shipbuilder is just yeah. We'll just hand it off to somebody else. Like there's no cohesiveness to it. It's all just like a bunch of parts that they forced to come together. Do you think that Bruce Nesmith was a bad game designer? No. I think that he just wasn't an effective lead. And I think that there's a core problem at Bethesda with this mentality that they don't need a design document and that they can just let their designers do whatever they want and somehow it'll like pull together. And so that leads to it having, as Todd would say, a schizophrenic experience. Bro, let you steal a ship. No, like it is legitimately amazing. Starfield has like the biggest. It blows me away because it has the biggest case of protagonist syndrome for no reason. Like they're so close to breaking that mold.
So what happens
That's
if I
why
just-
that's why Pat asked about Snap Map on Twitter. Yeah, that is the main reason I asked. And I played it. It wasn't a bad mode. I played. Someone made the level Pillar of Autumn in Doom. It was all right. Wasn't great, but it was all right. Whoa
So,
there, Buster. I see
yeah.
you're going off exploring.
So, how do I see my local map? Surface map G. Unknown. There's something out there. Market?
Yeah, just
Fast
go ahead.
travel
Run to the
currently-
North Pole.
Fast
go
travel
ahead.
currently unavailable. Nothing
It
else.
would be funny if you could get stuck in the tutorial area because you were exploring.
Okay.
I don't
alright.
understand why Bethesda would build any of their worlds in a procedural way when they got the overwhelming positive feedback to Skyrim's hand-constructed map. ProcGen's fine if you're handcrafting a selection of content and placing it into the world. Like, if you make a dungeon that's a building and you drop the building into a ProcGen part of the world, that could work. I honestly think that that could work.
Hold on. There's got to be...
You know what's the weird part?
Do I really have to, like, is there no way for me to get to this map directly?
I
Do I
stopped playing
really have to-
I stopped playing Starfield 40 or 50 minutes ago, and I feel no drive to pick it back up.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's how I felt about, that's how I felt about Cyberpunk, honestly, at launch. Is there no way for me to, like, mark this thing? Okay, I can put a marker in front of it, but I can't mark it directly. Oh, crap. Alright, that's gonna take some getting used to. Having to hold tab to close out the fucking map. Unless I can just hit escape. Nope. Nope. No. Hey, you gotta hold tab. Oh, nice. I love games that make me sit there holding shit. Am I going the wrong way? Where is... No, okay, so it's on my... It's on my watch. Oh, this says there's something out here. Let's go find out what's out here. It's a crater. Found a
Alrighty.
crater.
Do you think you'll still be going in a couple hours?
Probably.
All right. If next time I take a break, I'll probably call back in
All right.
because I do need to get back to work. I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
going to stream tomorrow. That's kind of the theory, but I've also been up since 6 a.m. So, you know, it's just one of those things, I guess.
I think I do have to, like, if I want to do any mining,
does the
I have
sun
to...
/ shadows move? So that's kind of the thing I'm supposed to be doing between breaks is I'm going to be recording various skyboxes on different planets.
Can I...
Need amphetamines.
Inventory is unavailable now. Ah. Alright. I probably shouldn't be pushing the game like this. Ooh, I got a texture seam. Or, that's a lighting seam, actually. Or is that just a shadow? No, that's definitely a seam. I'm sorry, Fallout 76 just made me hyper-focused on texture seams now.
Yeah, it really makes... Actually, I noticed them in all of their games now.
Yeah.
Morrowind's the only one I don't notice it in, but I do play OpenMW, so that could be fixing it. But like,
yeah.
all of their games I've played, I've started to notice like the texture stitching issues.
Ooh, I'm noticing texture popping in the distance there.
I don't think it's gonna be like... I don't think it's gonna be a horrible game. I think... I don't know. I'm conflicted. I really don't like Fallout 4.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's my impressions have been since the get-go. If you didn't like Fallout 4, you're not gonna like Starfield.
People shitting their pants on Starfield Reddit. I'll look at the Starfield Reddit right now. Are we going by new? Starfield is why I decided to get sober. Today is 31 days without a... Oh my god.
Oh my...
Can you imagine relapsing on alcohol?
Because Starfield sucked.
Yeah. Don't play Starfield until I'm able to get it myself.
Alright.
I think... Okay, so the reason I don't feel enthusiastic about playing Starfield is probably just because I went in, confirmed the things that I wanted to confirm, and then I'm like... oh god.
Yeah. Now it's about playing out the...
Oh, I went to top. I need to go to new.
Why is my character clamoring? I thought that was a perk.
Please add a used prompt for health and food pickups.
Oh, okay.
Can't even get 30 FPS on PC regardless of settings. 3090, i9 10900K, 32 gigs RAM SSD.
What graphics card did they have?
3090.
Yeah, that should...
Alright, we've got a mod that's up. Move or disable XP bar.
Interesting.
Makes sense. It's in the middle of the screen.
Come on,
I don't know why. There's a ton of UI stuff that I'm going to dig into with this game because there's a lot of like question marks.
I like the
They finally added a climbing system. Yeah, you can mantle.
the smoke effect and how it's locked at what looks like 30 FPS. Yeah, it looks great on console.
What are you running the game at?
I don't know, my FPS counter isn't working.
The UI mod is
feels like it's
definitely
around
needed.
90.
I'm almost thinking that the UI mod is going to have to go beyond just reorganizing the inventory screen.
So
I
my
think the
custom destination is getting removed, I guess?
Well, yes, it's not going to exist anymore. Well, it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, it got deloaded, so...
Looking forward to future GDC where ML takes over as Chief Development Officer at Bethesda. Honestly, I'm worried about ML. I think he'll retire at the same time as Todd because I don't think there's any way that ML can be the top dog at Bethesda with the way that he runs things.
So I can exit the ship right from here. Interesting. Old space.
I know you had reservations about Larian's writing, Patricia. Did you have any opinions about Baldur's Gate 3? I think it's better than DOS 2. It's still got some bullshit with the encounter design. I think what Baldur's Gate 3 is missing is just more generic encounters. Like, I'm not very far in, and I'm already at the point where, like, just bandits seem to be gone.
We're in space? Oh, so, yeah, you
It's...
weren't kidding about... This is their, Fallout 4 Power armor sequence. This is a new record. This is a lot.
You're there.
Lot
You've
faster.
done it. You've done it, and it's not optional. At least you can skip Concord on a repeat run.
Yeah. Wait.
Which is actually hilarious. I encourage people skip Concord and Fallout 4 and do the main quest until you have to go like I think at some point you have to go like then back to Concord to rescue them. It's like weeks later you're still they're still
Okay.
like
So
besieged in
I
Concord.
rebound this, but it's still telling me to hit left alt. So don't have contextual.
Oof.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably because whoever designed this was like not talking to other members on the team. Or you know, it's for controller and you can't rebind controller.
Yeah.
There's kind of an issue with Baldur's Gate 2 also. Baldur's Gate 1 had a lot of wilderness you can just explore. It's just a Larian issue. Larian, like, doesn't give you very many generic encounters past the first couple levels. And so everything just kind of turns into a gimmick encounter. Like, I did the Grim boss fight. And it's I can fucking tell the designer was just sitting there going, I've got a very clever idea for this boss fight where we're going to make them immune to everything but bludgeoning. And there's going to be a giant hammer in the middle of the arena. It's like, half the time the fucker doesn't stand in the place where he gets super heated. And so there's a lot of like chance involved with that encounter.
All right.
But he's weak to bludgeoning, and monks do bludgeoning damage. So like literally the strongest person in our party was the halfling monk who just punched a giant robot. He did the most damage just punching the fucking thing. Because it's artificially immune to a bunch of stuff.
Is that G? Oh, okay.
Explain to me how people were looking forward to this. People were looking forward to this because they created their own image of what the game was going to be because of the vague marketing.
Yeah, this
Even
planet...
though, and then like,
Oof.
and then completely outwardly dismissed any kind of like criticism. And so like we've been saying for months, like literally it's been 3 months since the direct. And what have we been saying this entire time?
Just temper your expectations. It's
temper your expectations.
I'm looking
Don't
at this,
pre-order it.
I'm looking
you know.
at this. Oh man, this isn't.
Yeah, because there's no dead zone in the middle to place your cursor, so you're always turning towards something.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately,
This-
if they were more public with this, they could get feedback on this stuff. That
Oh
would,
yeah,
like,
well that's the
be
best part
useful.
too. Is like everything that we've seen was so.
Do you think this game will be forgotten in a couple months? No, because no, it won't.
Not in a couple months.
Because remember, this is the new Halo for Xbox.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
That.
So you've got all the Xbox people that are like
Does-
they're ride or
Oh, okay,
die on
that's-
Starfield.
that's
They've never
cool.
heard of
Alright.
Bethesda, or like they've played Skyrim, but like they weren't into Bethesda, but it's Xbox and it's the flagship now.
All right. So he didn't do anything.
Tutorial has you kill a Crimson Fleet ship. Can't you join that faction? At the very least, they set up that the Crimson Fleet is made up of like a bunch of independent pirate gangs, and so
Okay. So you
it's
can like.
it's very well possible. Yeah, just press E. It's very well possible that's the reason. You can just join. I don't know. I haven't
Can
joined
I
yet.
loot that from just like any distance?
Yes, it's fucking. It looks stupid in the direct. It's stupid now. You can just telepathically loot stuff in space. Because it's not
Yeah.
a space sim. It's an RPG in space.
Yeah. Man.
Like even just a grappling hook. Like a grappling hook, and then Vasco's job is to like sit in the cargo
Or,
bay
like,
and like collect the stuff.
In
Ram the sun. I don't think you could. I'd
yeah,
like.
there's no.
Here's
you're
the
not.
deal. There's
the-
a box. And
it's a
you're in the
skybox,
box.
yep.
And you can't go to anything that's in the skybox. This
Yep.
is not No Man's Sky. You're flying to the planet. No. Don't be crazy. This is not a space adventure. Tentatively, I'm going to have to agree.
Do I have like no way to like thrust left and right? I feel like I'm missing like 2 different axes. of
Hey,
movement
listen.
here.
Listen. Descent, not one of the inspirations. Man, I played Descent as a kid, and I really liked it, and for some reason I've never played it since. I need to actually go play that game. I have another game, I think it's called Overdrive, that's been on my, like, backlog.
Okay, well at least these
Oh,
dudes
wait.
are like shooting at me this time.
Yeah. I think you can lose this encounter. I get why they were embarrassed of the space combat. Oh, no, absolutely.
This is not good.
There are several space combat faux pas that are being committed, namely the lack of essential dead zone so that you aren't constantly turning in a direction.
Yeah.
This took how many years again? Main development 5 or 6 since pre-production 8.
8, yeah.
Oh wow, you got challenge progress. I don't remember getting challenge progress.
Crimson Fleet Ghost.
This space combat looks identical to the new Star Wars Battlefront 2 spaceship combat.
Okay, so at least you have to be like near it. So like in Elite Dangerous, what they had was like they're called limpets, and you just fire these things out. They're just little drones, and they go out and like collect shit for you and everything. It's like it's cool because there's like mechanics behind like all these different elements of like flying and everything. So it's like maybe you wouldn't operate with limpets, and you'd have to like scoop everything instead. You have to do everything manually. All right. Press tab.
Yeah, I mean, like, or a grappling hook.
You can open the
like I
star
said,
map. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're here.
Oh no. I see what you mean now.
Yeah, so it has to be seen to be believed.
Oh. There's no way.
What do you mean there's no way? This is how it is.
There's no way that space is just...
Point your ship at Crete.
It's just
point your ship at Crete and start going.
It's just an empty box?
It's just an instance.
With a fucking... With a skybox in the background? That's it?
Wait, so let's clarify for the chat what just happened.
Okay.
So we're going to another moon in this system. And we need to travel there. Now you might be thinking, do we just point our ship and go there? Bethesda bros, the answer is no. You do not just point your ship and go there. You go to the star map and you go to where you want to go and you select the planet, you click on the planet, and then you hit a button that takes you there. Or you set your course and then you hit a button that takes you there.
Oh, I didn't expect this. Oh no. Do they not... This is definitely an engine limitation. Oh shit, I just had my fucking mind blown here. Cause that... Why do you have space then?
Also, I love the design of making the moon that you travel to the same color as the moon that you travel from.
That's
so like
not
when I first saw
whatsoever.
it, I was like, did I just fail to fast travel? Like, what the fuck? But
okay.
no, like...
Okay, so now I'm like in the orbit of the planet, but obviously I can't just fly down to the planet.
No, you can't. You can't fly straight there.
So
for some reason we're in this different instance, but now we need to open the map again. And then press a
this
button
is a
to land.
fucking disaster.
How is this getting positive reviews? Literally, the only way I can guess this gets positive reviews is they've never played any kind of ambitious space game.
Yeah. Or even, not even ambitious, honestly. Like, having just continuous space, like, having a continuous, like, area in a star system that you can fly to different planets, that's been standard since, like, the 80s? Remember, like, the games that they're hearkening back to with this, like...
They're citing games that had, like, full solar systems in the 90s.
This is shocking. I didn't expect this because I just, I literally assume, like how the people assume that you could just walk across the entire planet.
Yeah,
you know, I knew better.
Otherwise.
I knew better. Like, no, there's no way they're going to be able to do that.
This is the kind of thing you want to temper people's expectations with. This is why they should have shown a vertical slice of them doing stuff on a planet, going to orbit, doing stuff in orbit, going to another planet.
Yeah, this is why they're being so cagey about this. And it's not even like, this isn't even congruent, or like, it doesn't even flow well. It's so, that was super fucking jarring because I flew to the planet. Listen, and now I have to go
mantra.
Starfield will be good.
Starfield is good.
Starfield is good, yes.
Yeah, we've updated to Starfield is good. But why do these planet info screens look so bad? It legitimately baffling. And like not even in a we don't even have to like make stuff up. Like the only way you don't see this as embarrassing is because you haven't played that many games in this genre.
This is
I came to Starfield, like the only reason I'm interested in Starfield is because it's science fiction.
this looks like bad textures from Skyrim.
Yeah. Yeah, like the HD texture pack for Skyrim. That looks like the snow that would be like on a rock.
I just Mass Effect 1 had
Mass Effect
better
1.
fucking textures for the planets in orbit.
And it's not like anything intensive's going on. There's no physics
No.
simulations that are going on here. They could have
you
good
could
textures. For
you
this.
could you could fucking knock it out of the park with textures and the lighting engine and everything. Like, you can just crank that shit because nothing else is going on here.
So let's answer this question. Are we sure you can't do that instead of going to the map? Well, the highest speed I clocked was like 600, I assume, meters per second. So unless you want to, unless it's going to simulate me taking fucking a month.
No, see, because how like other games like Elite Dangerous and stuff handle it is you have different flight.
I think you two are just jaded. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing because it's a central core part of this game that is this fucking bad.
So like Elite Dangerous, you would go into like hyperdrive mode, or I forget what it's called, and you have like FTL mode to jump between star systems and all this stuff. There is no different flight modes. It's just, all right, you're done. And see, now you got to fast travel to the next planet.
Like, the premise of this is stupid. So like the reason that you should be able to land like 5 kilometers away and walk there is because we just landed next to a pirate base.
I'll give it credit. The loading's
it was
very fast. Loading's very fast.
I don't know why they didn't advertise that.
I installed.
Well, maybe they would have to acknowledge that there's tons of loading screens.
That's basically it. I do have this installed on a really powerful SSD though, so
Elite Dangerous is boring AF. There's nothing to do there. Dude, there's nothing to fucking do in this game with space. What are you talking about? This is not more exciting.
That was definitely not that combat. Elite Dangerous combat's pretty fucking nail-biting, especially when you're first starting. Like, that game kicks your ass until you learn.
Talk to Vasco.
Hey, Vasco.
Vasco's got some stuff to say about Barrett.
Why is he trusting me with your shit?
Bethesda isn't beating the old engine critiques. Nope.
So technically, you have known each other forever.
Space isn't supposed to be exciting. You can do both. You can do both. We're talking about the limitation of they didn't even make a solar system that you could fly around in. That's what's embarrassing.
And
remember, this is a company that specializes in big open worlds. You want to know what the biggest fucking map when I did my experiment of running across all the Bethesda maps was? It was Fallout 76. Their fucking worst entry, it was still, you can walk across it for like 35 minutes and not go through any loading screens, and just it's continuous content.
All right, we're gonna. I need to. Now I am really curious about how exploration is going to be working in this game.
I want to know how. I want to know how fucking Pete Hines has 160 hours in this game.
It was a lot of idling on the menus.
So the salt sounds like it's flowing. I think G-Man Lives took a swipe at you at a Starfield video. I heard. But of course, like most Starfield discourse, nobody actually names anybody. So I'm just gonna say right now, anybody I call out in my video, they're getting named. Because I'm not engaging in this passive aggressive, we don't do drama, but I'm gonna call people out for stuff shit.
Another loading screen.
If you think my problem is that I'm salty because I didn't get a review code, then oh, you're not looting. There's stuff to loot.
Oh no.
You gotta lock Vasco out. Alright, I do need to go because this is where I'm at.
Alright.
But yeah, if you think that's my problem with the game, just wait for the review.
Ooh, we got books.
But yeah, I am genuinely I am genuinely going to make fun of people.
Man, yeah, they got a lot of loot, like generic loot items and stuff. So it's gonna be
But
that.
but also not. So like there's also stuff that you can't interact with, and
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Fallout 4, I guess.
yeah, I think Fallout 4 was better about it. Like there was stuff that throws you off in Fallout 4, but I feel like there's a lot more in this
Oh
game.
yeah. Like this box, I can't interact with that little like box there.
Calling that private sessions ends up liking this game.
Not
I'm
after
skeptical.
not after what I just saw with it, if their main feature, space exploration, is so disjointed like that, and it's just
Right
that's
now,
why fucking space combat is optional. Like you can literally just fast travel everywhere. Like
right now, if I was to give the game a price evaluation, I'm gonna say $40.
it's,
Which I guess since it's out of 100 means it's a 4 out of 10.
oh
But
yeah,
obviously we haven't played a lot. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow, so
mm-hmm.
I'll have more impressions then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Space exploration isn't the main feature. Yeah, welcome to the Goalpost movie. It's an RPG in
Yeah.
space, not a space
Yeah,
adventure.
yeah. It's not like they were literally saying it's a game for everybody. Like you can do whatever you want and everything.
Yeah, we're all about saying yes to the player as much as possible.
Yeah,
Cool, I want to play Ryan
until-
Reynolds and I want to explore space. I
until
want to
they-
fly around space.
Until they give you $100, and then in
It's a
which
fucking
case,
space game.
Yeah.
How much alcohol should we prepare for the stream? I'll see how it turns out.
Honestly, I might actually call the stream soon, just because like.
Yeah, are you gonna actually play?
Yeah, I think I just want to play.
Yeah, you should cut in.
Focus,
We'll report
and then we'll
back
just
tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll just go in tomorrow. I mean, because as what you were saying, I have a feeling it is going to take me a while now to even get to a fucking planet that I can land on.
Well, did you try to go somewhere else? Why don't? Do you have a save that was in space?
You know what? Let's try. Let's see. I mean, everything's grayed out. So, what happens if I just fast travel is currently unavailable at this location? All right, let's see. Let's see if I got
Unavailable to this location, not from. So, I thought you were locked out. Can you travel back to the ship?
All right, let's see.
Well, save here first before you do your loading. Go back like 15 minutes. After this mission, you're going to go to New Atlantis, the main city. Cool. Can I just... Listen, I just got out of Helgen. I want to go to Falkreath, and I want to do Hircine's quest. Can I do that?
Is there a way for me to just like recall back to my ship directly? From like the menu? Do I have
try
to...
setting a course.
Yeah, that's what I was...
Because I think the way it works is you set a course and then you fast travel there.
Alright, so...
Gaming is dead. Billions must go outside. That's what's funny is I've spent the last week touching grass.
Yeah. Alright, so maybe like this planet here? Set landing target. Fast travel is... I think I have to be in my ship. Set course. Fast travel is currently unavailable to this location. Can I just go back to my ship?
I'm still awaiting confirmation on Old Atlantis. I know Earth is wrecked. I think the what I saw was that it lost its magnetosphere. And so like it got wrecked by a solar flare.
Oh, nice.
I think that's what happened.
I'm already
If one of the romance options isn't let's plot a course, intercourse, I'm gonna be so mad.
Alright, so this
You ran out of O2. Further exertion will cause CO2 buildup.
Yeah, that's an interesting system.
You're just passively recharging oxygen.
Yeah.
But listen, we're not a hardcore sim, okay? We're just a space adventure. We're not a space adventure, we're RPG in space.
Alright.
Armored Core is great.
gonna-
Been playing that. Just beat Wall Climber.
just go back to the ship. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens.
It would be funny if they don't let you like go back into
yeah.
shuttle.
Or,
Again,
like,
at
the
this
ship.
point, in Fallout 4, you can just go do dungeons if you want. You can go build shacks. You'll upset Emil Pagliarulo, but
Yeah, 'cause, like,
at this point in
that's what I
Skyrim,
wanted to...
you can go to Falkreath, you could go to the Thieves Guild.
Where is my ship?
At this point in Fallout 3, I don't know why you'd
Right
play fucking
there.
Fallout 3, but at this point in Fallout 3, you could, I don't know, do Megaton's quest.
Yeah, you know, disable... Oh, you can set the nuke to blow up. Everybody loves that, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, have you figured out the boost pack? Or are you just jumping?
I'm just jumping. Do I have a boost pack?
I don't know if it's an item or not.
I have a tunnel mining pack. I would imagine it would just be like you double tap space, right? I have the perk. I should be able to do it. Maybe it says
You couldn't be talking to Elvis at this point in Fallout New Vegas.
Specialized training and innovation.
But you could be at the prison in Fallout New Vegas.
Boost jump 10 times while in combat. Oh, that's that's the challenge. All right, got it.
Well, you should be able to boost jump then if you've got the challenge.
Yeah, right?
Probably just figure out what the key is.
Yeah. I just assumed it would be...
Emil's taking revenge on us for all the shacks we built. Why'd we anger him? Now I have to revise my script because I was giving them credit for cutting a short intro. You have to unlock the boost pack. Yeah, we have he picked a build that starts with the boost pack.
Yeah. That's the spaceship. Menu. Quick container. Outpost. Photo mode. Security.
Quick powers? What's that? Why would we have powers as a sci-fi game?
And there are a lot of bindings. Must have been... It's got to be like up at the top. Watch it not be like you can't change the binding like like in Fallout 76.
Yeah. Why would you want to rebind jump? Why would you want to change the jetpack controls?
Jump, sprint, sneak, run, auto move.
Are we doing something wrong? Could you just hold space? Like,
that's what I've been doing, and it's like not doing anything. That's how I assumed it would be.
Jump pack, Starfield, or sorry, boost pack, Starfield, key. You need to have rank 1 to boost pack, then press the jump button again. Oh, say double tap jump.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Not working.
Well, let's figure that out later, because
Yeah.
I do want to get back to this.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try to board your ship.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, I should have... Silly me, I should have went straight to the cockpit.
I still love that that's an option, because the loading screens are so fast, so it's like legitimately I only saw it as an option if the loading screens were small, or like really long.
Okay, well, it's letting me take off.
So was 7 too generous? Based on what they said, 7 seemed kind of generous. Like in a normal review, 5 would be a more accurate score for what they said like was wrong with the game.
I've been assuming this game's going to be super mid, so my rating would most likely land somewhere in the 5s.
It's still wild that IGN gave it a fucking 7.
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, sweet, that's confirmation that it's mid as fuck. Okay.
Yeah, because an IGN 7's like a fucking 5.
Set landing. Fast travel is currently unavailable to this location. Why?
Can you travel to the planet?
Set course?
Did you set a course and then travel? Conflict of interest makes commercial reviews bullshit, dude. The scales have turntabled because now it's YouTuber reviews that are disingenuous.
I don't think I can actually go anywhere except Crete.
Really?
That's
Can you go back to the starting planet? You're still not in the tutorial, are you? I will be fucking shocked and amazed if like you aren't cut loose here. You have a ship.
Yeah, like this.
Is it that like Vasco just doesn't let you travel anywhere else?
Probably.
Aren't they both disingenuous by and large? Yeah, but it's kind of weird that IGN's displaying more ethics.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're still in the tutorial, so
We're still in the fucking tutorial? Holy shit. Okay, so then
and bear in mind,
this really is the longest one. And not because of all the bullshit time we wasted. Like,
yeah. Well, I've also been skipping a bunch of stuff too. Like, I'm not sitting there listening to all the conversations and reading all the stuff and looting everything.
On my run, Sans character creation, it was still like 40 minutes to get to Crete.
You need to go to New Atlantis.
No, we haven't left. Like, we haven't done the thing on Crete yet.
Yeah. Yeah, so like, it's like you have to get to New Atlantis in order to be cut loose, is basically it.
That would be akin to not allowing the player to go anywhere except Riverwood and then Bleak Falls Barrow. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess like it would literally be equivalent to forcing the player to go up to the Western Watchtower. Then you need to kill the pirate dude after that New Atlantis. So, like, legitimately, what you're saying is that the tutorial's still going and we have no agency to do whatever we want.
Yeah.
You realize how fucking insane that is?
This is going to be great for repeat playthroughs where you have to spend literally 2 hours. I started this stream talking about how Skyrim, it's like, you can get going after 30 minutes. But I usually would do like 2 hours or so.
I've got the times right here. So I timed every Bethesda game. It's intro, Morrowind 4 minutes 20, Oblivion 24:17, Fallout 3 42:50, Skyrim 18:49, Fallout 4 23:19, Fallout 76 6:23, base 76.
So even if you throw in Bleak Falls Barrow and stuff into Skyrim, you're still only looking at like 40 minutes.
This is wild. So
I wonder, does New Game Plus make you redo the tutorial then?
I'd have to imagine. No, I can't say that. I can't say that they have the wherewithal not to make you do the tutorial again. Listen, you could get new context.
No, dude, I really... I think
I can't give them the benefit of the doubt because they've already betrayed my benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, no. I'm willing to bet.
You can cut tutorial time by cutting the complaining and playing the game. Well, dude, I don't think you get it. I don't think you get it. We're not here to like show you the game and play the game like a normal person, okay? We do that on our own time.
Yeah, we're here to stress test things.
Okay, remove all that. Like I said earlier, we're 40 minutes into the game based on my runtime, and we're still not free. Making this officially the longest intro. The longest forced intro. And for no reason, because we already have the ship. Like, the only reason I can see you would do an intro this long was to explain why the player character got their ship. Because, I mean, like, that's a pretty weighty thing to put on the player. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play this on my own time now. There's a lot here to unpack.
All right, chat. It's been fun. Look forward to a stream on my channel tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, we're gonna reconvene.
Yeah. That's why I want to play. I want to play now, so I can just
conclusions
collect some
to this
thoughts.
Stream. Don't pay more than $40 for this game.
Yeah, don't.
No FOV slider. It's 2023, and there's no FOV slider. You can't fly your ship between planets. You're locked into the tutorial for probably 90 minutes.
I'm gonna say, don't buy the game right now. Wait for our stream tomorrow. We're gonna play a lot more tonight, but right now, do not pay the $100. Like,
it's not worth the early access. Go play anything else.
Yeah, go play Baldur's Gate 3 or something.
All right. See you guys.
All right.